Ladies and gentlemen, I am that socially awkward gamer you probably forgot existed at IAmPattyJack, and welcome to a new series I'm dubbing Hope or Nope. This is going to be a series where I do short 2-3 minute editorials that are mostly opinion based on upcoming games that haven't been released yet. So I'm going to either put it in the Hope category if I really think the game's going to succeed, or I'm putting it into the Nope category where I think the game is going to be flawed in some way, there's going to be some bad business practices, or it's just not going to go down well. I would like to get some viewer interaction going with this series, so what I'd like you to do in the comments, whenever you see fit, either when I'm talking or after the video or whenever, I would like you to go into the comments and preface your comment with either hope if you think the game is going to succeed, or nope if you don't think it's going to succeed, and then I want you to give your reasons why. And then I'll take a look at them, I'll reply to comments, and I'll probably use them in like the next episode in the series and things like that. So I do want to get some viewer interaction to be a really big part of this series. I want you to all keep it civil, please. Don't be bashing other people for their opinions. I know that's asking a lot out of the YouTube comments, but if you're civil about it, then I'm going to take you seriously, and if you just yell at other people and don't offer any valid opinions or any validation of any of your arguments, then, you know, I'm just not going to pay attention to your comment. I mean, that's pretty basic stuff, right? Okay, so the first game I would like to talk about to get this series going is Dragon Age Inquisition, because, oh boy, do I have some mixed opinions about this one. Now, Dragon Age is one of my favorite games. Dragon Age Origins is in my top 5 favorite games ever. Love that game to death. I've beaten it at least 4 times. I think I've done every possible, like, every real big ending I've done in that game. And I love BioWare, I love that style of RPG, and it's really just one of my favorite games. And then Dragon Age 2 comes along, and if you've been following my channel for a long time, you understand that I'm not really, I'm not, I don't like that game. There's a pretty good reason why. There's a whole bunch of reasons why I don't like Dragon Age 2, mostly boiling down to the less varied locations, how quests are really just fetch quests the entire game. You are fighting the same enemies the entire time, and then like they just like spawn out of nowhere. You have to go fight the same bosses over and over and over again, and you're repeating locations time after time after time, and it's really just not a good game. It was very rushed, and it was pretty obvious that BioWare was trying something new, but they weren't really willing to go they weren't willing to go all the way forward to it. I kind of akin it to Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. They're very, like, one was amazing, and then Legend of Korra comes out, it's good, but it's got its own problems. So I don't even know if you get that reference, but maybe you do. So that leads me to Dragon Age Inquisition. Now, do I think this is going to be a good game? I'm hopeful. I think that's all I can be. Judging by what I've seen gameplay-wise, they're going for more of a Witcher vibe than really like a traditional Dragon Age Origins, Baldur's Gate, Knights of the Old Republic RPG vibe. So, do I think that's going to benefit it? I guess so. I think it's going to be a step up from Dragon Age 2, but on the flip side, they can't really go any further back than Dragon Age 2. So I think that BioWare has learned from their mistakes. I think that they've been very open towards admitting that Dragon Age 2 was not their crowning achievement, and it was one of their weaker games that they've ever made. It disappointed a lot of fans, and I think they're taking that criticism to heart. They're making the locations more varied in Inquisition. They're making the combat a lot more... They're making it more tactical, but they're keeping the Dragon Age 2 feel, and they're kind of adding in this real-time kind of Witcher sense to it. So I'm okay with that. I like the fact that it's going to be open world. Well, kind of open world. I don't know if it's going to have the same thing in Dragon Age Origins, where they had the separate off sections of the game, where you go into, say, the Dalish Elven Woods, and then you'd have a whole section of the game in there, and it's kind of like... It's almost open world, but you're still bound to that location. So it sounds like they're going to have like different sections again, but they're going to be like really big areas that are open world. And my only concern with that is if there's going to be enough in the world to justify having it be that big. Because even in a game like Skyrim, there's sections where you're just wandering around in nothing. And I love Skyrim, don't get me wrong, but that game is definitely not without its faults. So overall, I think that what I've seen of Inquisition leads me to believe it's going to be a good game. But at the same time, after the past year, all the PR that we've gotten for games like Watch Dogs or Aliens Colonial Marines, it's always better when they're showing it off than the actual game is. And when I'm looking at a game like Dragon Age Inquisition, where it's open world and it's an RPG, I'm actually a little bit skeptical as to whether it's going to be too MMO-like. Like, is the combat going to feel floaty? Is it going to feel like an empty world that you're wandering around in? Or are they going to be able to make it still feel very tight, give you a lot of meaningful choices? It seems like in the game they're emphasizing these meaningful choices to it. So things like being able to break down a door or scale a castle wall instead, or go down through underground caves and stuff. But I'm wondering if there really is that amount of choices in the game, or if that's what they're just showing off. So I think, to not drag this on, my verdict for Dragon Age Inquisition right now is a very tentative hope. I think it's going to be a good game. I don't know if it's going to be a great game, but I have this feeling that BioWare has learned from their mistakes in Dragon Age 2, and I think they're trying something different with Dragon Age Inquisition, and unlike Dragon Age 2, they're going all out with it. So I'm saying hope for Dragon Age Inquisition. Again, let me know in the comments what you think. Preface it with hope if you think it's going to be a good game. Nope if you don't think it's going to be a good game. Tell me why. And if you have arguments from both sides, just do both. And that's it. I am PattyJack. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.